Let's get it. As Juan Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork you will not get anywhere else. Get into some politics, folks. Because according to this, it's recent news. Our president, our 47th president, President Trump, is recently in the news for kicking out, for being him, being Mr. Boss Man, actually doing what he said he was going to do before he got elected, and doing something that I have never actually seen. I grew up in the DMV, around politics, in politics, just surrounded by it. When you grow up in that area, you are kind of just immersed and you're mixed in. It's like I always tell people, it's like a twig in a tornado. You just kind of get sucked up into the politics world because it's local, it's right there, and you see how these politicians move. And I'm telling you, the first time in my life that I've seen a dealing open to the public, open cameras, all that, a president doing business open for the public and people doing their thing. And, all week, actually, I'm going to be talking, we're going to dive into some politics this week, because not only that, but it came out, Byron Donalds is officially running for governor, the state I currently reside in Florida. And, he's one of those people that really inspired me throughout this election, to the point where I'll tell you, I was never a big Trump supporter per se. Still don't consider myself a big Trump supporter, especially compared to the folks out here in West Palm Beach who are loyal to the soil when it comes to Big Dog, when it comes to Big Trump, right? But I'm telling you, it's over time where you kind of look at him, you look at the way he moves, you look at the moves he's making, you look at what he's actually doing versus what people are saying about him, versus what these extreme race hustlers, race baiters are saying about him. And you start to say to yourself, man, I'm actually, and this is for the qualified people, you kind of look at Trump, you're like, man, shit, I'm actually starting to like him too, dog. Like that has been my like Trump experience. It's been very much like JD Vance's experience, where he's on camera at one point saying he's a never Trumper, and now he's doing business with him, cutting deals, making moves up in the VP office. I'm telling you, man, I'm not ruling out. I've kind of been re-inspired to get into some politics, all right, to get into politics. So we're gonna be talking politics all week this week, just so you know. But let me get into my thoughts on, so what happened this week is they had a meeting with Zelenskyy, who I believe is the president of Ukraine. And, again, I personally cannot walk you through the details of what went on with Ukraine. I know I heard the headlines and, this side said that side said that, and there's a bunch of details that I couldn't necessarily tell you about here. But what I can do is I can tell you, America, we're officially under new leadership. And I'm more inclined to get more information and get more research, do my own research, do more things in regards to how we can help, how I can help, how us as the people can help make the situation better, because of the way the situation was handled. All right. So yesterday I was at breakfast with my life group, my guys, and these are folks that have been residing in Palm Beach for a couple of years, and they're people that are speaking about Trump in a way that's not absolutely psychotic. They're speaking about him as a human being, because been neighbors. They're the people that are fair. They're not telling you it's perfect, but they're not going to tell you he's just the worst human being of all time. They're just going to tell you the facts. So they were talking to me about the proceeding and how he kicked Zelenskyy out of the White House. And at that point, I had yet to see it. I didn't really watch it. I'm pretty busy putting out my own stuff. So I was like, okay, I'll watch it. So after I had breakfast yesterday, I watched the whole thing, and I saw how JD Vance was talking to him. I saw how Trump interjected, and how there was a level of respect that they required, which we should, all of us as Americans, all of us as U.S. citizens, should be proud of the fact at the way he handled that situation. And what bothers me even now as I'm thinking about it, is the difference in reaction. Yet you guys have the audacity, people have the audacity to call him divisive when it's not him, and he's sticking up for the country. He's actually doing things in the best interest of the American people, and it's clear to see he's not filtering it out. It's available for the public for you to go watch and see what he's doing in these proceedings. He's not hiding behind it. He's not telling you one thing and then using words like reproductive rights and, oh, well, you could do this, but you can't, like men playing women's sport. He's not doing any of that. He's being incredibly transparent, incredibly open, incredibly honest, and that you have to simply respect, because that is what leadership is supposed to be. That's what leadership is supposed to look like. That's what management is supposed to look like. It's supposed to be a person setting the tone. This is how things are going to be done. These are the rules, and we're sticking to them. And you're not going to come up into our house and disrespect us. All right, that I don't care who you are as men, and there's been all this, like I've seen all this talk about, masculinity, and is masculinity good, and all this other bullshit that I've been like seeing. Thankfully, I don't consume too much of it, but I've just been kind of hearing little clips here and there. And the reality of it is that is what you want in leadership. Like, could you imagine if they put the other candidate in office? Do you see her being able to handle a situation the way Trump handles Zelenskyy this week? Absolutely not. She couldn't even get through a damn interview. All right. So the point I'm making, and I'll elaborate a little bit more on this as we get along today. We have our Stay Hired Sunday today with my good friend Kimberly Blue. And then, tomorrow and throughout the week, I'll be diving deeper into this in my live streams as I get my points together. But the main takeaway, the main thing we have to understand is leadership requires a firm hand. Leadership requires someone putting their foot down, saying, these are the rules. And if you're going to come into our house and try to do business with us, we need to have firm hands, and you need to be having the respect that we deserve, and have some grace and try to get something done. That's pretty much what was said throughout that proceeding. And now you have people giving their opinions. Like I was telling you guys yesterday, you have people giving their opinion on social media and trying to make memes and make funny shit going on. In fact, actually, my dad sent me some meme where there was people hitting, like, just stupid stuff that, again, distracts people from what the real takeaway needs to be. So, again, that's all I got to say for now, but we'll dive deeper into all that in a little bit here. Main website to check out to dive deeper into everything I'm doing, it's makeyourmove.com. That's makeyourmove.com. One-stop shop for your teamwork and your self-development needs. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.